Uploading.
Figures. You want blood? Those piss-pots will spill plenty. But you better finish the job, 'cause I'll be the one to suffer if you don't. Ain't you hearing me, prickhole? Piss off to every last hell! Ow! Shit. Forget it. I hear the land's cursed clear to moonrise. Well, you did me right once, so you earned my trust twice. Won't be needing this poison now that you've offed the pricks. Bet you'll find it handy, though. You're a good one. I won't forget it.
On my word. Come on, Karlak. Show him who you are.
Pack it in for the day, I think.
And listen,
A shiver runs through you. Your mind is awash with ancient resentments.
true soul, no less. What do you think, Kerr? Should we take Nir's debt off him? I ain't parleying with more twat souls. And you got the stench. If I didn't know better, I'd say a mind flayer shat a worm in your brain. Should split your head open and poke around in there if you lot don't pay up. You don't need to ask twice. Your blade ready, Kerr.
Drop it, Britvar. You chop this one, and Neo won't pay a damn copper.
Fine. Spill what you want, true soul, before I choke on your stench.
The shiver returns. This time it's colder, sharper.
The stench don't lie. You're one of them.
Unwad your breeches.
Crack. Get you gone, before I get you gone. Off with you. Private conversation. You gone balmy? I hear the ears are first to go. Whatever you think you heard, you thought wrong.
See where the gnome sapper went?
Thrin ain't found a trace. Found a way past the rockfall is my guess.
Scargel's still at it then.
Prick ain't stopped caning those beasts last I saw, and he still ain't broke through. The gnome bolted. Saw it myself. Thrin still ain't caught a whiff of her. Slaves are paying the price. Those pricks will get nowhere with just...
Finally! Worthless slaves! Your incompetence has been my ruin!
does not fail.
As you say, Gilles Lunin. Beldron! No! Thrin, the Absolute gave you everything. And this fiasco is how you reward her?
Me and mine worked flat out. I was cracking the whip day and night. Tell him, true soul. No, no! I did everything right!
Near pities you, Thrin. Your errors and excuses. And your sorry end.
Hells.
Your skull buzzes, and you see your own face through Nir's eyes.
Worthless, every last one. Their failures must be punished. True soul, take their heads. The Absolute commands it. Show them no mercy. Their corpses will make a fine offering to our mistress.
Imps!
and yet the Absolute demands that I cull them. Thryn, carve out his heart and serve it to the Rothe. If he indeed is a true soul, let the Absolute save him. The Absolute guides my hand. You've chosen a battle you cannot win. Dwergar, this true soul has betrayed us. Let his blood prove your devotion. You care for the weak true soul. Most curious.
Impact. Swift and lethal. Ready for another round?
Es bright.
Heretic! You should never have come.
You're not gonna like this, mate.
I will not know failure.
Nothing important is ever easy. One down. Live.
Take two.
Impact. Feel my mistress's wrath. I am fury. I am death.
Where do I go from here?
Impact. Want another?
I will ascend.
Survival is all that matters.
On the move.
I'm heating up. Poor fucker.
There's a parasite in that corpse, brimming with magic.
You're leaving. Are you all right? Better now than I... God. We're near.
Object catches your eye. A lantern, it seems. Though no light flickers within.
Broken as an old heart. Nothing but dust inside.
Dust, used to illuminate a lamp, or left behind after a pixie's death. Used to illuminate a lamp, or left behind after a pixie's death.
I've got a long road ahead.
The stench of sulfur fills your nose.
Wait, you're not Illy? My master. Tall, skinny, prick with ears. So, you're Shovel's master now. Fine. Master Illy, wonderful. He tricks them, heals them, then they die. So sudden, so mysterious. Shovel comes, Shovel takes them, then we raise them, make them walk. Necromancer, your kind call him. Fun, I call him. Don't know, don't care. Wait, are you horny? For the book? Illy never shuts up. Book this, book that. Good with tongue. Good at cutting them out, too. Tell you secret. Illy weak. Illy never finish book. But Master can do it. Read book, conquer book. Yes. Time to deal some punishment.
No choice but to keep going. Strike you down.
The amulet is heavy, but holds a subtle warmth, like it was left under the sun. Suddenly, the metal surges with heat. You feel great power and an overwhelming urge to laugh.
Can thou endure?
Flying machines, walking brains. It's all so absurd.
How unfortunate. Alas, thou must do. Return me, take me home, and thou shalt glow with blessings. A ghost! I am sunlight on water, dew on grass. Sharons broke my body, but my spirit they could not. Well, not completely. Thou shalt return me home. It is written.
That thing's tainted. Better to leave it than bear a dead man's grudges.
To thy granddaughter, Shira Clawen. Serves Ilmata, she does. She waits in Worm's Crossing. Take me there, and thou shalt bathe in her golden gifts. Oh, thou shalt be blessed indeed.
You sense the monk's fear and sincerity. He doesn't wish to harm you, but that doesn't mean he won't. This is an image of the dawning sun. It belongs to those sworn to Lathander, god of dawn and renewal. Whatever madness this spirit suffers was inflicted by Lathander's enemies, followers of Shah. And this madness may flow into you.
I shall walk with thee. I shall grant you my power. It shall be!
Raw power rips through the urge to love.
Thou hast done well. For what is a laugh, if not one step toward madness? Thou art the one! Return me, take me home, and thou shalt glow with blessings. The Sharons tormented me, and I laughed at the pain till ne'er couldst I stop. Is there affliction more terrible than eternal joy? This is my pleasure, this is my curse.
You feel a chuckle coming on, but it soon fades.
Still in control.
To be Flumph mating rituals. Honor is a topic much written on, but this title has never appeared in any collection you've seen. The scrutiny proves too much. The lurid text melts away before your eyes. An illusion. What remains are simple instructions written in a spare hand. The secret to forging adamantine.
We've had some rest. Maybe we can still go back for the others.
The Myconids are trying to help, but I keep seeing my friends in Moonrise screaming.
Thanks again for offing that drow. Only made it here because of you. But I can't stop thinking about the rest of us. Stuck in Moonrise with a bunch of sadists. Poor bastards.
I don't know half of what they're saying.
Never thought I'd owe a bunch of mushrooms my life. Only wish the rest of my people were here.
Iron Hand keep us safe. Iron Hand keep us safe.
I believe I'm saying it, but
You saved my skin, but there's more bastards out there. For everyone you kill, pint on me.
You know, I've been catching myself smiling more lately. I think that's You thought of me. Thank you. It's beautiful. I'll find a place of honor for it in camp. Nobody's ever given me anything before. What do I owe you in return? Thank you. Lady Shard teaches us to forswear material goods, but I think she'll make an exception for her own image. I wonder, perhaps this is connected to the Dark Justiciars. This is no coincidence, I'm sure of it. I need to keep an eye out for more signs. Learn more about the Justiciars' presence in these lands. It could be important. As long as I've prayed to Lady Shah, I've wished to serve her as a Dark Justiciar. There is scarcely a greater way to fully dedicate yourself to Lady Shah, save perhaps if you become the head of her church. Thank you. I should have known you'd be understanding.
I'll be honest, soldier. I'm reeling. Will hardly knows me, but he chose my life over his. Been a long time since someone stuck their neck out for me like that. You can say that again. When he was chasing me through Avernus, I thought he was just another sad merc. How wrong I was.
Teachers care when we will be back.
I was hoping you'd come to chat. What do you need? Very serious of you. But go ahead.
I know him better than most. He's my father. I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride, not least for him. Just the one, Yours truly. My father and I were close once upon a time, until he disowned me and cast me out of Baldur's Gate. Such a rift isn't so easily mended. But it's not so wide that I'd let my own father suffer at his captor's hands. I've been asking myself the same question. What makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The
of Joaquin's rest, then Floric's face as she tells you of Ravengard's abduction.
Hells! Older Ravengard's been taken. Then we need to seek him out and get him to safety. You see, Grand Duke Ravengard is my father. I know I haven't said. Our relation was no matter of pride, not least for him. Just the one. Yours truly. My father and I were close once upon a time, until he disowned me and cast me out of Baldur's Gate. Such a rift isn't so easily mended. But it's not so wide that I'd let my own father suffer at his captor's hands. I've been asking myself the same question. What makes a Duke of Baldur's Gate so interesting to the Drow? Even the houses of Men's Oberanzen would have little use for my father. No, this is no Drow plot. These absolute nutters, these true souls are behind his abduction. His absence alone will sow chaos in the city. If they were to infect him, he could lead Baldur's Gate to ruin. All the more reason to find him. The Absolute has seized not just my father, but the future of the Sword Coast. I know, and you're right. When I look into a mirror, I see two faces. I see the Blade of Frontiers, a man hunting the fiends who prey on the weak and claw at the coast. And I see Will Ravengard, a memory of a memory, a man who belongs to the past. I wanted you to know the Blade, not the shadow he left behind. I'm all for it. Not so enchanting as you'd think. The Portiers, the Caldwells, they were the blue bloods hosting the fancy balls and drinking from gold goblets. Father's the son of a blacksmith, born with barely a coin in the coffers. He made a name for himself among the Flaming Fist, brave as Balduran, stubborn as a deep Rothay, daring, outspoken, but hardly posh. I spent more time dueling with Father than I did rubbing elbows with lords. Not to say I didn't develop a taste for good wine and the talent for courtly dance. Yes and no. Father taught me the 4 pillars of power: courage, insight, strategy, justice. He reckoned I'd follow in his footsteps. First as a fist marshal, then as a duke. Vanquish evil, maintain order, save the world. But a duke makes bedfellows with more monsters than he slays. Father called it diplomacy. I called it hypocrisy. In the frontiers, there is no posturing, no diplomacy. I slay monsters, I don't consort with them. Well, not when I can avoid it. He brings to mind a story. The Devil with the Silver Tongue. An old fairy tale my father read to me. The kind with a hero, a villain, and a moral. A farmer made a deal with the devil, so the story goes. In exchange for the farmer's dearest fruit, the devil granted him a bottomless coin purse. The farmer's dearest fruit, naturally, was no apple nor peach, but his beloved daughter. We can learn a lot from fairy tales, don't you think? Refuse him, no matter how tempting the offer, no matter how delicious the feast he lays out for you. The cost will be too great. That's because you still have hope. But when he becomes your last hope, remember this. He'll require of you only what you're least ready to part with, and then require more still. You might think you'd give up anything for a cure, but the devil won't take just anything. He'll take everything. Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it, and she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own, chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the Mind Flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing. A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more. All right. Anything more we should discuss? A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Tiny grooves spider across the ice surface. It resembles a sending stone used to confer with distant contacts.
A sending stone? Nothing so special, I assure you.
You watch and listen for signs of deceit, but sense nothing unusual.
Anger. I understand. We've been preyed on by Illithids, suffered insertion of a mind-bending worm. Bloodthirst is another matter. But perhaps not too big of one, if it's a devil or demon's flesh you're wanting to tear. My father once said, "One does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call." So it was for me. After my exile, I was hunting near the Cloakwood. I heard a child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after. Tell that to the boy shivering over his mother's ravaged corpse. It makes me angry to think about it still. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade, and so I heeded. And it's nice to meet someone of your talents. Having a worm wriggling in my skull didn't instill much confidence in the days ahead. With you as my ally, the future looks a little less daunting. I suppose we should, though I'm more than a bit wary. Still, I am the frontier's avowed protector. New dangers require new skills to vanquish them. If the tadpole must be my curse, then let the powers it grants me be the Sword Coast's blessing. I will consume what I must to make it so.
Wait. These markings. Tirsu's script scratched in the ground. A creche must be nested in the temple below. We must go there at once. Very well. But promise me we will return before our chance is lost, else I make my way there alone. Lead on, then.
Game over.